Every day, you get bombarded with hundreds of videos telling you all these different ways to make money online. Some are good, some are quite a bit outdated, and the vast majority are completely full of shit. As someone who has actually been making money online through a variety of business models over the last 11 years, I'm going to take a look at a slice of these videos and let you know what I think. Let's get started.
Amazon has been making me over $1,000 per day in the past week. And this is a completely new launched product in 2023. But the reason
Okay,
that I was
but
able to find
how much of
this
that is
product
net
was because
income?
I used the software tools and Chrome extensions to be able to see these numbers on Amazon and make a decision on whether it's a good product to go forward with.
Okay, so immediately skeptical about this video. It could be good, but here's what I'm thinking. One, he just says 1,000 per day. He doesn't specify revenue versus income. That could be 1,000 in revenue with like $100 in actual net profit because you're spending, 900 on advertising, or like the profit margin is just razor thin. As someone who spent a lot of time in the e-commerce space, that's literally the first thing is like, okay, you're you're using that $1,000 to make this sound like something it probably isn't. The second thing is whenever someone focuses on the tools, I'm skeptical because tools aren't what build product market fit. They can help facilitate a workflow, but it's not the tools. But let's see where he goes with this because this could still be good. I'm just those are two quick red flags.
So if you're looking for that next six-figure, seven-figure product on Amazon, you're going to need Helium 10. So I'm going to teach you how to use it in about 14 seconds.
Okay, so I'm immediately thinking this guy makes all his money from affiliate marketing because the whole point of this video is to promote a tool.
First, go to helium10.com and download their Chrome extension. They have a free trial that you can use, so go ahead and get that. Once you download the Chrome extension, go ahead and go on to Amazon and type something like in the kitchen category. Now, when you see all the products on Amazon, you can click on that Chrome extension and it's going to pull all the data about that product. And ideally, what you look for in those product markets is high demand with low competition or low reviews with maybe even low star ratings. Take a look at the product reviews because they are going to
This is all true, but this is like the most generic talking point in all of e-commerce and affiliate marketing. Go find the product with high demand and no competition. Like no shit.
give you all the gold about what they're complaining about and how you can go in there and fix that product. You'll then go ahead and talk to a manufacturer to talk about these changes you want to make, and then eventually make an order and launch it on Amazon. I'm putting videos out every single day about Amazon FBA as a seven-figure seller myself, so feel free to follow me for more content.
Again, seven-figure seller, 1 million in affiliate sales, affiliate revenue is potentially a couple thousand in margins. Lots of skeptical stuff here. There are people out there making good money with FBA, but it is a low margin, massively high volume type of offer where it's one of those business models where you have way higher chance of making money doing content on it and selling people digital courses than you do actually doing the stuff itself.
A way that anyone can truly manage 10, 15, 20 clients on a monthly basis by themselves. It's just not physically possible. I'm going to be exposing myself a little bit, tell you guys exactly how
True.
I make 25 to 30K a
A lot of
month
clients.
easily. So I worked really, really hard to get a lot of automations for my business. So a lot of things are just happening in the background without me manually having to do them. So that's about a 20 to 30% contributor on how I'm able to only work like 20 hours a week and still make those numbers. The other 80% of the contribution comes from outsourcing. When I hit my first 10K month back in April of 2022, I found out very fucking quickly that I was unable to scale past that $10,000 month doing all of this stuff myself.
So far, this all sounds legit. She's acknowledging kind of a hidden secret that like people who are kind of more gurus don't tend to advertise, which is outsourcing particularly. I will say from my experience, I do think hitting 20K per month is pretty doable. It does depend on how specialized your skills are though. Like 4 clients where you're doing like a 5K retainer a pop, or even 2 clients on a 10K retainer, that's doable. You'll still need probably some automation and outsourcing in terms of the deliverables. Um, but like you don't need 20 clients to be making 20K per month. That said, um, we are entering this kind of new world with AI. One of the things I've been thinking about is that when I first started like upselling clients from, a few $100s in terms of content to like packages, like content marketing packages, The price point that was the easiest to sell was 2K per month. I would literally get on a call with them and tell them, "Don't invest in content marketing," and they would throw 2K per month at me. It was weird. They wouldn't retain very long because 2K per month was not enough to get results, and that's what I was kinda telling them, like, I'll take a stab at it for 2K, but, like, you really typically need to invest more to get content marketing results. That was, like, 6, 7 years ago, though. Now, with AI, you have the ability to potentially do, like, a 2K per month contract where you're giving someone a new article every week, like $500 an article. You use AI to like get a really strong output in like 1 to 2 hours per article. You can write genuinely good content way faster with, ChatGPT and other tools than you ever could before. A business model that would be very viable right now is to get a really good AI driven workflow together where you can create a really strong long form SEO focused article in 1 to 2 hours. Sell someone a package of 4 articles a month at 2K per month. Very accessible price point for most businesses. And then you stack 10 of those together. So let's do the math on that. If you were to get 10 clients at 2K a pop, that's 20K per month. Um, and then you're doing 4 articles per client. So that's 40 articles a month. Um, Say you got a workflow where you're needing to spend a full 2 hours per article. That's 80 hours. So that's, you know, 80 hours divided by 4 weeks. You're 20 hours a week and 20K a month. Like that's very doable right now. The key is you got to go be able to sell the clients just like it's always been. You got to go do the lead acquisition. Um, but much more viable business model if you're in the earlier stages of your career where you don't quite have the type of like expertise and experience where you can sell 5K for a landing page and just do 4 landing pages a month or something like that, like, or like a sales page, um, or a welcome sequence or something like that. So this kind of more volume based, higher volume with using a lot of automation and outsourcing, super viable.
So instead, the number one thing that has been able to allow me to scale so quickly and allow me to manage 10, 15, 20 clients on a monthly basis is outsourcing. Exactly what I outsource on a monthly basis. One, accounting. I have an accountant that does all of my stuff for me, manages all of my books, does my taxes for me, everything. I meet with her once a quarter. She updates me on how the business is going financially. That's pretty much it. Number two, I have an internal social media manager. I'm personally responsible for all of the videos for Evolution, but my social media manager does stories, carousels, captions, and repurposes all of my content from TikTok over to YouTube and Pinterest. Number three, I have a copywriter and a content writer who do my blogs and my emails on a monthly basis. Number four, I have a graphic designer. I actually have like 3 graphic designers, depending on what I need, that help me with designs for print on demand and large scale tangible print things for my client. Then there's my client success manager that makes sure that all of my coaching clients are
Customer
satisfied,
service.
held accountable, and staying on track. And overall, I spend about $5,000 per month in outsourcing fees. But when you're making $30,000, it's a fucking no-brainer. Because of those people and because of the automations I have so diligently built in my business, I basically get to work like 20 hours a week, make content the rest of the time, and travel whenever I want. So if you're a freelancer or a small business owner that feels like you don't have enough time in the day, it might be time to outsource those clerical tasks that you as a CEO should not be handling. If you guys have any questions about outsourcing, you know where to find me.
She took a little bit of a different direction on this. She mostly is just outsourcing all the like business tasks of running the business, which is no less valuable. The key here is like she's bringing 2 things to the table herself: the core client content and the core content for her own business, for marketing her own business. So she's creating the content that drives lead acquisition for her business. She's closing the sales. And then she's doing the core content that is the core deliverable for some of her clients. I don't know what her services are. So maybe video isn't a huge component of her services, but like, could she really be making video for like 20 clients herself? She didn't mention any outsourcing connected to like the core service she offers. So that would be my follow-up question, and where this like explanation breaks down a little bit. Kind of more talked about the fringe aspects of your business, the side things that don't really make up the core business model. So what is the aspect of that core deliverable for these 20 clients that you're getting help with? Because that by itself would be challenging to do unless you're using some sort of, automation built into the deliverables themselves, or something like that. And again, I don't know exactly what her offer is. So if I knew what her offer was, it might make even more sense. But overall, solid thoughts on if you want to scale to certain points, you usually have to outsource. I think most people with the right offer in place can get up to 20K per month, but it really does depend on what you're doing and how you're doing it.
Complicate marketing so much. The last 4 weeks, I've had so many calls with
True.
just huge, large businesses. And when I say so many, I'm talking like 4 or 5. Those 4 or 5 companies have just gotten back to me in the last 2 days and said that they are not going to work with me. Stings a little bit. I'm just being honest with you. It stings a little bit. And one of the emails, she got back to me and she said she's
Especially when you
working
feel like
on
everything's
her
right.
top of funnel marketing to draw awareness to her and her company and utilize some flashy terms that a lot of marketing agencies use to honestly make them sound better. That is the battle that I'm competing with. I'm competing with the marketing agencies who sound fancy, but honestly don't get people the result.
The direction she's kind of going here is that people overcomplicate things and get caught up in all these superfluous um, marketing ideas and like basically putting 80% of their time into stuff that really doesn't move the needle. And that's absolutely true. It's something I've definitely been guilty of, kind of losing sight of the forest for the trees, where you get hyper fixated on the features of your service instead of just how does this drive real results for the business. That said, at the end of the day, people want results, right? They don't care about your service, they want results. And if you have a proven track record that you can show, like that should be able to sell it. So the idea here that like she's losing out to agencies that don't have the same results to show as her, like I'm kind of skeptical of that because it's like if you're really getting good actual results for your clients, that's a really strong selling point. And if you're losing out to agencies that are just using all these buzzwords, there's probably a gap in how she's selling her services that's causing her not to be able to take advantage of the results she's gotten for her clients.
He hired a marketing agency to help him run ads and write copy and do all of these fancy things to make them sound like they were busy and doing a lot. And what ended up happening is he spent all this money on this marketing agency, $25,000 plus the amount that it cost to run the ads. And he grew his email list by 38 people, 38 leads. Oh, then they
Oof.
come to me and they don't have as much.
I mean, assuming that wasn't 38 hyper quality leads that were bringing in 10 customers at 10K a pop, like, yeah, that's pretty trash.
Money to work with me because they just spent all this money on this marketing agency that sounds fancy. But marketing at its core is so fucking simple.
I don't know what she's gonna say, but it's like get an offer people want in front of the people who want it. That's
Especially
marketing.
organic marketing. And just because I don't
Right.
sound
Say
fancy
what?
or I don't look fancy doesn't mean that I don't get my clients massive results. For instance, somebody who just worked with me a month or two ago started here on TikTok. She had 0 followers, 0, super small
Okay, followers and email lists at the end of the day aren't results. We want to know about
email
sales.
list. We worked together for 30 days. I sent her on her way with the plan. She did the plan. She remained consistent in the plan. And literally in just 60 days, in 8 weeks, she now has 60,000 followers here on Instagram and an overflowing, an abundant amount of people on her email list and people requesting to work with her. And now we're going to meet.
Not even a specific number on the email list and nothing about sales. All right, come on. Like, I really wanted to support the direction we were going here, but like followers and even email subscribers to some extent, it's still a vanity metric. Like, what were the sales? And like she's gonna make a plan for how to monetize that, yada yada yada. But like, again, like that's the best example you could give me to talk about how these companies are ignoring your better service And the example you give isn't even about someone making more sales. It's about them getting followers.
You how to make $3,000 a month in 15 minutes a day with stocks without any
With stocks. Okay, sure.
complicated tools. So this will even work if you're a beginner. For some background on me, I'm 21 years old now, but I got introduced to the stock market when I was 13 years old. And throughout all my income streams now, I make anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000
Throughout all my income streams. So first of all, assuming these aren't just fake numbers using dummy accounts, which is what all the stock traders use. Um, all the income streams, guarantee this is an affiliate sales video.
a month online. The step one is to go to openinsider.com. This website allows you to track when insiders like CEOs or
And there
CFOs
it
buy
is.
into their own stock, which in my opinion can be a little suspicious considering they run their business and know everything inside and out. Step two is to use what I call double filter.
So just so like everyone knows, like pretty much everyone in like the stock trading, forex trading, like space, all the people like talking about this stuff online, the vast majority, and again, I'm not saying there's not people out there making money through trading, but the way this business model works is you're not actually trading. What you do is you come in, join these software programs. Basically, you can play trade with no money and see like, hey, if I had $50,000 to put into this account and I did these trades, like what would happen, you know? And then you do that with a couple different things. And if you make money with your dummy account, you it shows it in your dashboard. And then you screenshot that, you share it with people, tell them about all the money you're making. They join through your link. You get affiliate sales from the software they're using. You get affiliate sales from usually there's some sort of a community. With crypto, there's this whole dynamic of like manipulating the market where they're claiming, hey, we're gonna all do a pump and dump together. Most of the time, the people who are being told we're gonna bring you in on our pump and dump, they're the ones getting pumped and dumped. Kind of a meta scam. It's not that there's not people who can make money day trading, but like 99 out of 100 people you see talking about this, they're here to
Sellers buying
affiliate
into the
software
stock
and
on the same
communities.
day. Again, this could be like the CEO and the CFO on the same day. And the other thing I look at is what's called trading volume, which is how much money is flowing through the stock in a given day. Generally, I want volume to be greater than 10 million, but a little bit less than 150 million per day. And after I've selected which stock I'm actually going to trade, I simply buy at market open and sell at market close. I want something that's repeatable and easy to follow and just simple so it keeps my head clear.
You'll always hear the same keywords like simple, easy, repeatable. If you're lazy and want to make money, it's the
Trying to
same stuff.
time the peak intraday price is extremely frustrating for me, so I don't do that. And if you want to see which stocks I'm picking and exactly when I'm buying or selling in real time for free,
So, and this is kind of the Gen Z model is hop on TikTok, tell people about how much money you're making and give them some really low priced option to join in and see what you're doing or learn your system. We're usually talking about like $10 to $15 a month. And then like, you just flex constantly on TikTok and you will make money. Because the thing is like, as you flex on TikTok, you're going to build a following because there's going to be enough people who, even if they're skeptical, they want to believe. They want to believe this is legit. They want to believe that what you're doing is actually making money. That if they just follow your simple system, and that they too can be making 50K per month. Everyone in the world wants that. So enough people are going to believe you that your account's going to grow. And as your account grows, this model is so effective with Gen Z versus any other generation because Gen Z, what they ultimately want is influence. They want the big social following. So if you can just flex 15 times a day on TikTok, you're going to build like 100K followers plus over the course of time. It may take you 3 months if you're entertaining or good or kind of have the nonchalant. I'm just average guy, but just with pure persistence, this is the Gary Vee talking point. With pure persistence, you can grow a reasonable following. Um, and so as you build that following, now people are going to start believing you because of your following, because of your influence. They're going to see 100K followers and they're going to listen to you because at the end of the day, they want 100K followers too. That's what they want. They want the influence. They want the status of the big social account. And so whether or not your method is full of shit or not, you actually got the following. So that's worth learning from in and of itself for Gen Z. If they can get the following, even if the method's full of shit, they don't care. Like, I think Gen Z more than anyone else realizes that our whole economic system is kind of a fucking joke. Um, and so they kind of don't care anymore. Like, as long as you're not asking them to pay $5,000 to be scammed, they'll be scammed for $15 if it helps them figure out how to get 100K followers themselves. So, Steve and I don't know you, but we both know what you're doing. Good luck to you, man. Hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video.